A few more streets and we'll be through. Sandtown, North and Peacock Heights, RNG, White Lock, Starry Hill, North and Long and Dolefield, Murphy, Holmes, EA, Greenmount, Barkley, Walbrook, JCT, Public Grove, and Easy, Flag House,
as soon as he joins the request. Yay! Hold on.
Mount Street, Emerson and Pulaski, Saratoga, Garrison, North and
I hope everyone had a wonderful hot ass Tuesday. Yay! Hi, Mello.
What's up?
Yay! All right. So since we only have an hour, and Instagram likes to kick us off with no type of warning. Let's get started. Okay. So tell us about yourself. Who are you? Who is DJ AyyMello? Where'd you come from?
Okay, so this kind of neat. It's like my first interview for real. Hey yo. All right, so a little bit about me. My name is DJ AyyMello. I am originally from Brooklyn, New York. I migrated down here to Baltimore about 96, maybe like 97, and been here ever since. I can say that I was introduced into the Baltimore club culture at, I'm gonna say 10 years old, when I first heard like my first couple mixes like by Rod Lee and stuff like that. I was heavily introduced to it because of 92Q with the involvement of K Swift and everybody else at the time. At that time, that was when I first heard the sound. That's when I finally got more interested in it and, wanting to learn a little bit more about it. At that point in time, the only thing that I really knew about was just the music and pretty much just the basic sound of what the city was supposed to represent. I'm gonna say probably like a few years later, like maybe 2003, maybe 2004, I was introduced to the dancing side of it.
Okay.
They was calling it rocking off or whatever the case may be, and it was on the rise. You had, like I said, you had the era with K Swift where you had all the DJs and producers that was, a part of the heavy influence where I sound today. And, whether it's from Baltimore or you got it in Philly or Jersey, it was a lot of stuff that started from here with that. And for the few years after that, then I would say with me getting a little bit more involved with dancing, I was introduced to the company Be More Than Dance. It's ran by the gentleman Neek B. So I got introduced to that with the whole Be More Than the King of Baltimore competition. I honestly heard about the competition 2 years before I actually did it, and when I first competed, it was about, I'm gonna say like 2010. This was the very first one. And from 2010 up until 2018, I competed. Except for the first one, I always made top 16. I will say that. And with the previous one that just passed, I am the current king of Baltimore. So yeah.
Where's your crown?
So kind of, it's actually right here. I ain't
Look. I knew it was probably close. You gotta just wear it the whole time,
Yeah, the problem is I can't fit it. You feel me? It's too small.
Gotta turn to a headband.
Right way. You feel me? But in between all that, from the year 2010 up until now, I was dipping and dabbing in music. With me being a dancer, I always had the idea of wanting to make the music or whatever the case may be, and then I actually tried it, but
So you was a dancer before a producer?
Yeah, I started off as a dancer. And then as I was progressing and perfecting my dancing, I started producing at the same time. And a little bit after I was got a little bit more advanced with my producing and my dancing, I started taking up DJing with the tutelage of with Mike Mumbles and Neek B. He connected me with Mike Mumbles through the whole Be More Than Dance organization, and ever since then, he took me under his wing for real. And I'm gonna say for the past, I'm gonna say probably 2013, like 2014, maybe 15 is when I actually first started getting introduced to the DJing side of everything. And little did I, the DJing side really had more history than anything, you know. So for me to actually be a part of all three that makes up this culture that, you know, that we live in, this genre that we represent, like, it's a big thing. So at this point, that's where I'm at. So that's a little bit about me.
Okay. So you mentioned the three worlds of the culture. Like, do you feel as though any of those three worlds, and to me the three worlds is, you have the music side, you have the dancing world, and then you do have the DJ world, you know. The DJ world and the producer world isn't the same. It's two different, you know, businesses. It's two different jobs, formats. Do you feel as though one of them, do you think they are all necessary to make this, or do you think that one kind of follows the other?
I would say I would say that there has to be some type of balance, really, because it's like, if one is kind of off, it's like, all right. So with our culture, like with the Baltimore club culture, right? Like, it started with the music, you know, and the music fell into the ears and the hearts of everybody, right? And then after a while, everything started changing. So it's like you have it to where as though it's like it's kind of more catered to the dances, right? Now, I want to say all three is really needed to exist and to actually run all together, but at the same time, it's just like with the direction that my generation and generations, the newer generation, the way that they took it is more so like we gotta get it back to everybody, you know,
right?
Instead of it seeming like it's so one dimensional, and that's not taking away talent from anybody, because everybody that's still making the music here or has made the music, excuse my language, but we the shit. So
case in point.
I just feel like, you feel me, we need to really be out here doing some more. But at the same time, like, we need to figure out a way of still sticking true to our own sound, but at the same time, just get everybody else back involved for real. Like, I'm pretty sure everybody's waiting for the hottest song, like a hot song right now for everybody to be rocking with, you know, like how Calvo's song, you know, starting to take off. Like, anybody can rock to that just because of the head. Like, come on now. Like we just need to get back into that stuff.
What do you think is so special about our Baltimore club culture that you can speak with such surety that, you know, we the shit? I know we the shit. We all know we the shit. But what do you think? What is it about Baltimore club music? What's in Baltimore club music that makes it ours and so special?
Well, with me, from what I grew up listening to and what I observed, and, you know, everything that I've learned, it's more so about it's the pure rawness with us. Like, no matter what negative things are being said or portrayed about us, it's like at the same time, whenever you hear a club song that's straight from here, like, anybody can resonate with that. And when you hear a song, it's not that you see us as how everybody else sees as far as our murder rate, or, you feel me, with our elected officials and stuff like that. You feel what I'm saying? It's just that sound that you get from us. It represents every last person that's here, and it's like, you got dance music, you know, you got your other music that's native to everybody else's city or whatever the case is. But it's like with us, it's just that like that hard hitting bass from the way that the samples lay, from the way that we cut our tangles, from whatever. Like, it's just that, you feel me? It's like you have that different groove. Like, our groove is completely different than anybody's, that, in my opinion, from what I grew up listening to. And then even coming up with all these other different generations, as far as with the dance scene is concerned, it's just like I always stayed true to the groove. Like, no matter the music updating or whatever the case is, I always found the groove. And it's like even with the new stuff, you'll never hear nobody making shake off music how we make our music.
Right.
You can hear all these duplicates of like different people that are influenced by like Jersey or like Philly and stuff like that. Like you have that, but I have yet to hear anybody really try to like really make a Baltimore club track if they not really from here, if they don't really have that, they don't have that type of essence instilled in them from
right.
here.
Right.
Like
and see, that's what's special to me. That's what's special to me about it. You can listen to, like, whenever people say, "Oh, be more Baltimore club and Jersey club," they sound the same. Philly club, it's all the same. It's like how I never understand, if you really listen to it, how you can feel that. Every single one of those cities create music that sound like that city. You know what I mean? It's just a branch off of, here. So look, you came up in Brooklyn. Do you remember, before you moved down here, I'm sure you still listen to the radio. Did you ever hear club music on the radio up there?
No. At the time when I was growing up in the 90s, like when I was give me a second. When I was growing up, I was more so listening to like hip hop.
Yo ran all the way away. So since he did that, okay, wait, he's back.
I was listening to like a whole bunch of like hip hop, mostly like a lot of New York rappers, because at the time, Hot 97, like they was playing like a lot of stuff. Like at the time, you had your East Coast rappers and stuff like that too.
Right.
I was listening to some more so like reggae and mind you, when I was younger, and my sisters and my cousins is probably on here right now, they can vouch for this too. Like one of my favorite songs back in the day was the 69 Boys song Tootsie Roll. I'm gonna tell you why this was my favorite song. Because you feel me? I had the tape, I had the cassette tape and all that. You feel me?
Yes.
I used to do and all that. So
that was a jam though.
I guess like with me coming up with listening to that stuff or whatever the case may be, it was just more so like I always had like some type of dance, something something bouncy in me as far as with the music and stuff like that. Like I always had little if you let my sisters and them tell it, it was always I had this dance that I would do. And I did it in KOB. It was brief, but I busted, you feel me? But it was just like, yeah, I wish I would have heard club music or house music back in the day, but I didn't get to experience none of that until
you came here. Right. So do you remember what that song was? Do you remember the first club music you heard and like knew it to be club music?
I'm gonna say one of the first songs that I heard was, I know it was a Raw Lee song.
Raw Lee, like everybody first club. And he made so much music.
Cause he was one of the, cause he had songs that had words.
Right.
Yeah. Let's hold up. Let's not get that while I'm on here now. Let's get this correct. Raw Lee. Who else? I'm gonna say Raw Lee, Class. Who else? These are like the first ones that you would ever hear on a club beat that was dropping straight vocals. Coming from my city back in the day, we was the first ones doing it. What song? You had Lucky on it. The Girlfriend song. If you know anything about classic Baltimore club, then you'll know about that Girlfriend song. You'll know about Lucky. You'll know about all that.
Yeah.
If not, you gotta get familiar, because it's so much deep. It's so much deeper than your neighborhood and all that other stuff that's being introduced now. It's deeper than what it was being portrayed on TikTok and all this other stuff. Like, y'all gotta get with it. If it wasn't Raw Lee, I'm gonna say it was like what is it? I know it was that din da da dum dum dum. But the whole time that's not a club song.
Yeah, that's not a club song technically.
But it's funny because it's not. But you feel me? It was easy to be blended in that. Matter of fact, it was a song. I don't fake it, but it was the song with Mystical. With your shoulders. Na 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 na. That song. That was one of the first songs I guarantee. Yeah, so that was like a couple of them for real. Mary Joan, Dingaling,
yeah, all them.
Remember the song when it had that, it was the mashup, it was the Don't Get Me Wrong, cause I'm up front with my because you're not the boss of me, and I do not mind that 69. I'm pretty sure people remember this song.
That funky number 69. Yeah.
Right. That's the
sure.
thing, right? Because this particular song had a mashup of all the hot club songs that was out around that time. And I'm trying to think, like, it was like, I think it was like, I'm a freak if you a freak, and when the time's near, I want to boom, step up in the room because it's about to get real ugly in here. And then it's like, it keep having different cuts from different songs. But that was one of the hardest songs that I heard back in the day. Like,
Uncle Scotty said that's Dookie Mix 2.
Yeah, like that was.
There you go. Thank you, Scotty.
Yeah, like that was the most advanced club song that I heard at that time, and I was like, "Damn, how y'all do that?" You feel me? And then it was just like, as I started talking, like hearing stories from Mumbles and all that. You feel me? And appreciate you, Scotty B. Shout out to Scotty B too.
Yes.
Yo, them songs was that, yo, and those was definitely like one of the songs that really caught my eye because I was just like, "Damn, I ain't never heard no music like this. I never heard it at this pace. I never heard nobody really doing this." And then I'm saying how people reacting to it. I'm like, shit, this shit make me happy too. I'm trying to see what this shit be like. You feel me?
It's always, I think that one of the things about club music that is so unique to me, I remember, growing up hearing it too. Since it's so sample based, you feel me? It takes so many familiar other songs. And I remember by the time I got old enough to like really understand what club music is, I'd be on the same shit. Like random as hell, the song, Say Yes by Floetry.
Yep.
Who remixed that? It's either, was it Techniques or something? One of them made a club. Hold on, I'm about to pull it up now.
I remember hearing it. It's been a while since I heard it though. See, that goes.
I'm playing it. You probably can't hear it. It's fine. Just hearing it and being like, "What the hell is this? This is a song that we all know." And they would take any song and turn it into something I'm dancing to now. I've never heard something that was so, but uniquely remixing though, because again, it sounds like Baltimore Club. No, that's like the okay. So from those songs. I know that you said that you dance them. Do you feel as though, this is a real easy question for you. How do you think the change in dancing has affected the change in the culture? Because what I know and what I understand from everything that I've been able to see and be a part of, the club music has changed. So the dancing has changed a little. And therefore, through kind of our collective unique stories, the club culture ended up changing as well. Do you think that's just an aspect of time passing, or do you think that there's something intrinsically linked between the dancing kind of switching up and evolving the same way like the music did? Like our music sped up, our music got a little more frenetic, especially if you are focusing on what the dancers dance to, and our culture kind of did the same thing outside of the fact that, like I spoke with Histo last week about how we used to have so many places to party. Now we don't, so that's one aspect. How do you think the dancing plays a role in that?
I feel like with us being a big culture as far as with the dancing side of it, I feel like the evolution has always been there, but at the same time, I feel like us as a whole, in many different ways, shape, or forms, I feel like we stunt our own growth with it. You feel me? From holding on to certain egos that, some of us shouldn't have, but at the same time, all of us, we are supposed to be representing for the small culture that we represent. And as these years going past, everything is starting to decreasing. You feel me? And it's like, it's getting to a point where it's like us as the people that represent what this is. Well, because we're not the only ones that's out here. I can't sit here and say, you still got your legends out here. You feel me? You still have other people that are looking to be involved with all the other major movements or whatever the case may be, and they probably don't know how because, you know, everybody's just moving around doing their own thing. But at the same time, I feel like with the evolution, as far as being, all right, speaking as a dancer and coming from where I came from with the whole dance, and I feel like yes, there has been a lot of evolution, but at the same time, there has been a lot of stunting in our own group. We hold ourselves back, you know, worrying about all the wrong stuff. We're really like, we need to learn how to be more welcoming to other styles and other people from other backgrounds that genuinely have a love for what we do. I feel like the evolution of our dancing has gotten to a point where as though it definitely made a difference with the audience as far as with the club music is concerned, because like I said before, you had a period where you had dancers like me start to become producers. And with that being the case, you had a lot of us making music how we dance. I didn't see it at first, and then it got to a point where as though I didn't want to accept it, and then it got to a point where it was like, all right, I can't deny it, because at the end of the day, it's like, if you play if you have certain dancers playing their music, and then you say, like, if, prime example, you know how I was letting you hear a whole bunch of people's music, right?
Right.
And you know how you would give me that response where it would be like, this is cool, I like the idea, but it's either too fast or
it'll scare people away.
I don't know what to do, right? And it just scared people away. You feel me?
Right.
So, like, with that being the case, it's like our music evolved and our dancing evolved with it, but it got to a point where as though it intimidates everybody else out here, from your spectators to your actual dancers that want to participate, and they know about the history and all, but it got to a point where as though it kind of got too hard for them to do. And even with that being the case, now this is the part that I kind of like wrap it up for real. How we all interact with the outsiders. Granted, we got our own little things going on or whatever the case is inside, but at the same time, it's just more so like, as a unit, we gotta be a little bit more welcoming. I can't say that everybody's like that, because you got people that will, you feel me, open their arms and let anybody, you feel me, come and get this knowledge or whatever the case is, you know? But for majority, I feel like, you know, strength is in numbers. All of us should be, you know, moving as one. And if that was the case, you feel me, I feel like we'll have better results. And I feel like the evolution in our scene, in our culture, you feel me, would be more of a, I wouldn't say an advantage. It would just be more so of a positive, rather than looking like, you know, we just being stagnant or we pedaling backwards, you know.
So it sounds like, essentially, you kind of feel as though, like you said, it's not that it's not a holding back, because in the two places that it grew, we lost out sort of on another place, because it is growing musically, it is growing dancerly, you know, certainly, like, but those two things together kind of run people away. I feel as though that, go ahead. No, I was gonna say, I feel like that does go back to the places situation, because again, like when I was first experiencing, you know, what you would call the scene, that's back almost 15 years ago now, and we had, look, right, make us feel old as hell, but that's the truth. But back then there were a billion places to go to, and people could feel more comfortable, because you would know if you was going somewhere to hear club music. So you wouldn't get, you know, blindsided. If you really, really loved it, or if you really liked it, you knew where to go to find it. And at the same time, if for whatever reason you didn't, you knew where and when not to be, you know. And it seemed like our black venues were built around that idea here. It was either, does this place play club music or does it not? And then it's as simple as that. What's your first experience partying here? Like, what's the first time you remember being here and going to a party that played club music, or like that was the focal of it, or like what's the first club you went to? Stuff like that. Tell me.
All right. So I think it's like the first time I publicly said this for real. I mean, I'm a grown man. I can be honest.
Do it. Ain't nobody gonna punch you in your mouth.
So, all right. So what originally got me to start dancing for real was this, right? I had moved from our Woodlawn. I moved to Westport, right? Now, at this point in time, this was like 2000, 2001, something like that. So, what's up, cuz? I had went to this rec party that was like in the projects of my that was the first party, but that wasn't the party that I danced at, James. The first party that really got me started was when I was at the rec party at Westport. And what happened was this. So I was trying to dance with a girl not. But at the same time, I liked parties. I liked being at parties. I liked the atmosphere or whatever. But there was something that happened at the party. I fell on the floor. Couple niggas fell over top of me, and then I got what the hell is it? Whiplash. And, feel me? Now, mind you, the relevance of this whole thing is club music was playing at the same time that this all happened, but I was just amped and I was hyped, and what was crazy was I was just like, dang, yo, I keep going to these parties. Girls be acting like they don't want to dance with me or something for real. I'm like, yo, I still want to be here, but I ain't trying to be on nobody's wall, you feel me? I'm still trying to dance with these girls, but it is what it is, you feel me? And then it was like, I started watching, I started going to like parties probably like a couple years after that, and then I started seeing a couple people from my neighborhood dancing, and I'm just like, what the hell is that? You feel me? Like, look out there, you feel me? But I didn't know nothing, because nobody really was able to tell me too much. But then I seen it when I was like, I'm gonna say about 14, 15 was when I really started to see it. It was my homeboy from around my old way or whatever. And he had showed me this DVD from his sister high school. She went to Dunbar, and it was this dude, his name was Chucky or something like that, right? And it was like another dude, somebody else, right? So all I can remember is that they had on these big ass white t-shirts, the light blue jean capris. The nigga Chucky that was SpongeBob had on Butters, and the other nigga had on Air Force. But ever since then, that was pretty much it. So yeah, my first experience was the party. My club experience, I'm gonna say, was I want to say it was either out of the, I want to say like the Pepper Room or
the
like,
Pepper Room. Oh my god!
Yeah. My very first party, like as a okay dancer, and somebody knowing what I was doing, was at the Gala Center. Takeover was throwing a party. I remember this. This when they had the white tees and they only had the black logos and shit. They didn't really have much of the other stuff advanced later. This when they were first starting off. But it was Gala out security. Security. After that, then it was the Pepper Room, and then I started going to the parties like the Belvedere. What else? I didn't get to go to Soul Plaza. It was something going on. I don't think I had my money together or something like that, and I couldn't go, or I ain't had no ride. But it was what it was. But it was a few parties that I went to, but those two was my first. Minus the one I called Whiplash in, but
right. And see, yeah, I think that in itself speaks to a lot of Baltimore culture, because while at the same time, something about club music that I noticed is that a lot of people associate it with their youth. Now, I like to remind people when I get into this kind of conversations with them that club music is only about 25, 30 years old. Truly.
Yeah.
More like, like maybe 28, but it's about as old as the rest of us is what I'm trying to say. So when you think about music from 10 and 15 years ago, or music when we were 10 and 15, that's the exact same time that club music was growing up and being birthed to. And it's like, so it's teenagerly for a lot of people. That being said, while we can, and I intend to, at a point in time, dig into all these clubs, we have to point out how much of Baltimore club culture was birthed and created in places where children could go. Because we were 15, 16, 17, you know, going to a lot of these parties. Not me personally, because mommy and daddy didn't let me go to a lot of them. But for what it's worth, you know, and even when I got into promoting, the amount of, you know, like high school and teen parties we threw, we would be in places like the Pepper Room, which is a rec center. And we would be in, you know, one of a good one like Boppies. Did you ever go to Boppies?
I'm so mad I didn't get the experience.
No.
I missed the Hoco parties. I missed a lot. There was some shit I missed. I was just like,
it was okay.
But at the same time,
see, that's when I was partying. You came right after that when I went back in the house for a second. That's like when you came outside. But like, yeah, all them, so many parties that were, again, specifically club music driven. Like DJs would throw these parties, and the promotion companies, which there were a bunch of them, would throw these parties specifically for club music dancing most of the time. You know, and it's like all these places that you're naming, they are just our neighborhood rec centers or our neighborhood party halls, like the Gala Center. You know, like I DJ funerals out there. But it's the same place that I, you know, grew up partying in at the same time. Soul Plaza, like, you know, that it's like one of the big parts, I think. And it's kind of hard to, it's not hard to document and it's not hard to kind of track, but a lot of those places weren't clubs at all. At all. And it's for some of it, go ahead.
If anything, I would say that the easiest way, as far as like really getting those stories that you're looking for with those, would probably be just finding the promoters that was at the time. So like,
exactly.
Honestly, at that time, there was only like what 3 top promoters. You had what?
So Takeover, with POM, which was the squad before that.
True Goodfellas, you had them too.
True Goodfellas, yeah. And this is flashbacky. Where's Kai? Kai can help. I know he was. I know he was in the chat. Like, no, I got to interview Kai. But it's
he's definitely.
It was such a big aspect, and that's one of the other reasons I think that club music is important, because it's a party genre that you don't need no drugs for. And that's me. That's one of the things. Yeah, we were all okay. Yeah, True Goodfellas, Takeover, the Squad, Fat Man Entertainment, Club Queen Entertainment. All of these places would be throwing parties 4 out of 7 nights of the week, and we would go and we would follow them. You know, and it was an incredible thing. I was always so inspired by it. That's why I, chose to be a part of it. But it was Star Production. Oh my gosh. It was
party, let me tell you. Yo, I don't think I remember when I told Black Star this, when I kind of got, I'm not gonna say like when I first met him, but when I first met him as an artist and a dancer or whatever the case was, he threw this party. He DJ'd this party that was over east at the rec that's on Washington Avenue, right? I never forget this. Mind you, we coming all the way from Patterson Avenue, from off of Wabash, and New York, right, all the way over east. You feel me? Caught the train down there and all that to go party down there. We only like 4 deep. We get in the party, we just grooving or whatever. They cut the club music going. Mind you, this Black, so he playing his shit. You feel me?
His stuff,
a whole bunch of shit. He playing a whole bunch of shit that I have still yet to hear to this day. All I know is that me and my man Trev and my man's Tay and my man's King, we was going off, yo. All I know is that the niggas that's from the neighborhood, I guess they was Crips, they started stacking against us.
Oh no.
You feel me? Crazy like this shit. Mind you, I don't know nothing about this. I ain't know nothing about the negative side of dancing. You feel me? All I knew is that like shit, I'm about to go rock off. You feel me? About to be at these parties. These girls about to look at us. Fuck that. You feel me? The whole time, the niggas is intimidated. They mad and they stacking in our face. crazy legging and all that, and we just looking at it as dancing. We ain't thinking nothing of it. My man Trav jumped out there, right? Fried every last one of the niggas that jumped in front of us. 5 minutes after this, you feel me? We sitting outside, and then now at this point, you got the whole party coming outside because they want to fight us. And we only knew that it was the whole party because as niggas would start to come out the party, my homeboy tapping us and shit. He like, yo, I think these niggas about to try something, yo. They just keep looking at it. They just all around us and shit, right? So niggas was like, yo, we move and they move, then we know what's up. So we started walking to the bus stop. Now, as we walk to the bus stop, you see half of the people that was outside walking. Then as we turned around after that, you just see the whole party coming out. Yeah, I didn't think dancing was that powerful.
Yo,
I didn't think it was. But club music definitely, yo, that shit definitely had some wild stories.
And that honestly, from growing up, and becoming a curator and a promoter in my own right, I learned that stories like that is part of the small reason that club music disappeared a little bit, because it became fight music. So they would automatically assume, oh no, if you get to play in club music, that niggas is gonna get to fighting. And it's like, and it's funny because that's how it is in DC with go-go. In DC, they have strict things where it's like you can't play go-go music in certain clubs because people will get to fighting, because they just like how we have little neighborhood songs and stuff like that. They do too in the go-go music, and they get to fighting in the go-go.
You can't be. God damn it!
I don't know. I couldn't see me like getting jumped for right in the middle of beating my feet like to 3 jumps in the back. No shade to everybody in the go-go world. We love you too, but it's just that. But you know, like I said, fights was part of the culture. Unfortunately, that just is what it is.
Oh my God!
Like, I'm sure we all got stories of either being a part of or witnessing some legendary altercations.
What, in a club? Shit. I got a couple of legendary.
I don't want to talk about the fire extinguisher episodes in the docs when somebody got to fighting. So their idea was to get the fire extinguisher and damn near pepper spray the whole side of the big room. Things like this. But see, that's what I'm saying. It's like, it would get pretty wild, and I always wondered, did that have something to do with it? To me is one of those things. It to me is one of those things where it was like, how do you navigate that? We know the truth about our city.
Mm-hmm.
We know the truth about our city, and we know reality. This isn't the most colorful place sometimes. This isn't the most safe place. This isn't, things like that. All of the bad Baltimore stigmas. And it's like, how do we separate that from the art? Because some of those songs, they are, like Jeremiah just said, they are club songs specifically about I'm going to fuck you up. We can make whole club mixes about I'm coming to kill you, or I'm kind of come back from that type of thing, because just as much as that, there's club music about everyone having a fun time, and everybody having everybody having a good time, and that's really the majority of the music, in my opinion. But there are some people who are scared by that. To those people who would be finding club music today, how would you feel about that? Even though, and this is my retort to that, especially what Jeremiah is saying, kind of like explicitly, it's like, yeah, 3 shots, don't make me kill. That's a sample though. You feel me? So it's like, is this music for that, or is it just a remix of a song that at the time was, popular? Because a lot of it is What you think?
So
speak on it. Speak on the ballads.
As a true
Mello.
As a true Baltimorean, any type of any club music, whatever the song is, it resonates with me. And I get a feeling from it. It's not the fact that it's a remix or whatever the case is. So, like you said, that don't make me kill shit. As a dancer, I was catching them gunshots. My goal was to catch the gunshots. You feel me? It was the fact that I wanted to feel like I was a gun, and I want to give you that illusion, or that I was that, or whatever the case is.
Right.
But for the most part, it'd be like, yo, for the aggressive music, I swear to God, there was times where as though like I would be angry just about stuff in life, even to this day or whatever, right? And then I would listen to a song that would still, give me that feeling. But I done got that shit out because I done sweat that shit out. You feel me? All I needed to do was hear something that was in my mood, and I'm gonna shake off. You feel me? I'm gonna do me. But at the end of the day, you feel me? Is this music really the music really makes you feel that way? You feel me? It's not like it's a designated song that's telling you to do a certain dance, or is made a specific way. Like, I mean, like with what I noticed with a lot of the DJs and producers from Baltimore that pioneered the Baltimore club sound, it was pretty much them being themselves. Shit that you would hear on the block, shit that you would hear in the bar, at a school or whatever. Like niggas that. And that's what I'm saying.
It wasn't all innately negative, right? But it was a reflection of what's going on, and that's why I always thought it was so real. It's bye. Kai said you can get your ass beat to Miss Tony. It doesn't matter. It's like, right, that's true. You never know. It's just what happened to be on at the time. Mm-hmm. Tell me about. Let me see. So we got about 10 minutes left. Tell me about. Tell me about the moment that knew that club music was as special as it is. We don't have to get into the whole, because I know and we're not gonna assume that the listeners know, but how influential and big club music got. You feel me? It did start off with people who are our friends and mentors today, creating this music. And now here we are 25, 30 years later. And though we are still innately, even though we're still innately underground to an extent, we know how worldwide this shit has influenced everything. What moment in club music made you realize how big club music is? Baltimore club music, I'm saying.
When Raw Lee's Dance My Pain Away when it got remixed. When they remixed it for So You Think You Can Dance. And and it was remixed to an acoustic version, had some maracas in it or some shit like that. Definitely wasn't the same song, but I realized that it was a big thing when you had the dancers actually doing Baltimore club dancing to an original club song. Unfortunately, the song wasn't as original as it was supposed to be, but I realized that they was paying attention. For them to go through the extent of remixing that song, I don't even know if they remixed it or if somebody already just remixed it and they just happened to use it.
And they used that version, yeah.
But it was just because it was just like, if you listen to the original version, what's wrong with it? And it was just like, the fact that they had to change it up for it to be accepted on Fox, that let me know, that they wasn't ready, but they wanted it. You feel me? They want to take what we got. They ain't ready. They really wasn't ready to accept everything with it. Just like when SOE went on when they went on
106 and Park.
Right? What song did they dance to?
Freaking it made me so mad. What was it? I remember it made me the most mad. Mad. Missy. Yes, that's right. Bombs over Baghdad. Talking about something because it was fast.
It's a fast-paced song, but at the end of the day, you got them actually hitting straight up club. You feel me? But at the end of the day, they wouldn't even, they didn't want them to play that song. They didn't want them to play club music or whatever the case
I remember that.
But at the end of the day, I'm the shit goes up. A few years later on down the line, you got all these mainstream artists on it and shit, and then now you had it all over the radio, and now everybody just make club music.
Right.
But I'm saying, like, for niggas to take the shit, you feel me, and then for niggas to want what we got, but want to, you know, censor certain things because they feel like it don't fit them or whatever. Like, yeah, like I feel like there's always room for growth. I feel like everybody needs a little challenge or something. And with our particular style, I feel like we do need to challenge it. I feel like we need to challenge it against other styles. I feel like we do need to challenge it to others kind of music because, you know, after seeing the Red Bull Dance Your Style competition, I watched a lot of different dancers from a lot of different backgrounds that have a lot of different strengths and have a lot of different weaknesses. Just go out there and do, you know, they do like honestly, the one of my songs, the recent song that I put out, and Kai, you witnessed to this, you feel me? Because you one of the main reasons why I even made the song for real. So we went to the competition in DC, right? And we watched this dude named Opium, right? I seen dudes dance like the dude Opium, but at the end of the day, I never seen nobody with that much musicality as him. And he danced to Houston, I Want to Dance with Somebody. You feel what I'm saying? And it's just like his style where he danced, he come from like if I'm not mistaken, he come from like the flexing world. Like that was originally where he came from, like with the flex style coming from with what's his name, Tory Board and all them, like how them niggas be doing that shit. And that nigga musicality was on. This nigga was doing all that type shit to Whitney Houston. Right. If they do that, I'm like, shit, I can make a song out this shit. Cause this shit, he just made me, the way he danced to that song put the original groove that I grew up having with this whole culture back into me. And it was like, yo, that song needs to be made because of that feeling. And we don't get that feeling too often. And I feel like that needs to come back.
So what do you think Baltimore deserves?
It's hard to say what I feel like we deserve because at the same time, I feel like we still got some work to do. I feel like when we really had everything, like we was really at the top. Yo, let me get 1% first. And
look, any of the royalties, we need royalties. Like niggas need reparations. Like it's just not
right.
One day.
But no, I feel like you said what do we need, right? What do I feel like we deserve?
What do we deserve? Yeah.
I feel like we deserve a little bit more recognition. I feel like we deserve a little bit more of people to actually know their history. Mm-hmm. You know, I feel like we deserve the opportunity to really present what we have. But I just feel like we just need it. I feel like there's a lot of different pieces to this puzzle that we need to get together in order to make this big thing. Because it's dead. And you know, with this upcoming documentary about to drop later on.
I was just about to, yep.
You feel me? Like, yo, it's a lot of shit coming up. And I swear, like, this is about to be the I'm not going to even say the rebirth. I'm going to say, you know, how can
how I like to see it? Remember how I said we only got a few minutes left, so we got to wrap it up now. But remember how I said club music is only about 30 years old?
Yep.
It's like club music went through their quarter life crisis.
Yeah.
Like when Swift passed. Like somewhere around 2008, shit got fucked up, and then it continued getting a little fucked up. But over the past 10 years, such a resurgence has come back, you know, through the music and various people trying to, you know, create, through Be More Than Dance and all of the work that you know, y'all have done. The resurgence is real, and it is kind of like a resurgence. And now, man, when you step out the quarter life crisis, if you're not fresh, your hair be done, you got a new job, like you be really on your shit. And that's exactly the phase it feels like club music is in right now. And it's like, oh no, we all kind of have to pay attention. It never died. It just had to go backpack in Europe or something, which is funny because if you think of all of the people who stole the music and went to Europe, you know, but that's a story for another day, right?
Yeah.
But okay, oh Mello, I could sit and talk forever because you know we sit and talk forever about this club music shit, but it has been almost an hour, so we're gonna wrap it up. Thank you so much for dropping the jewels and gems that you have. Shout out to everybody who came through in the comments, even though they only let me see 2 comments at a time. I know Jeremiah's in here. Kai, of course. Scotty B, thank you. Aki, thank you. Everyone say something so I can say hi to y'all. I know a lot of Mello family came through. Mello, you have anyone you want to shout out, or hey, and plug your music and stuff?
Man, all right, so yeah, I want to shout out all my friends and family that actually did tune in. You know, like I said, it's like the first time I ever had like somebody, you know, want to interview me for something that I did. I feel like, you know, I feel like I kind of mattered with this whole thing as far as the Baltimore Club culture. For a while, I felt like I wasn't good enough with everything, but I feel like now everything is just. I gotta start believing what I see, you know.
You do.
I gotta start accepting the fact of what's going on, you know, and a lot of people would be telling me, you feel me, like I play a good role with this whole culture, and it's like,
yeah, I
gotta take heed to it, you know. But again, I want to shout out to everybody, you know, that's been supporting me since day one. I want to shout out to Kai, you feel me? I want to shout out to my cousins online, especially my cousin Jean, my cousin, all y'all, you feel me? Everybody that's tuned in. I want to shout out the whole Be More Than Dance for even giving me the opportunity to even, you know, be here with y'all talking about me, you know. I would be if it wasn't for them, you know. Also, you know, like I just want to plug in my music. I got an upcoming album, my first ever album. I'll be dropping in Baltimore Club. It's gonna have a whole bunch of different sounds, but for the most part, just look out for it. It's coming probably like the end of 2020, beginning of 2021. The title will be called Serious. Acronym: Street Environment Revolutionized in Our Unique Styles. I'm trying to give you everything about this club shit. Like I'm trying to give you.
Can't wait.
I'm trying to give you all of it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Just get all my music on all streaming platforms. Listen to my mixes. That's it.
All right. And the one last question, just to fill the time, and that's what I do.
Okay.
Who do you want me to interview?
The next person I want you to interview.
Well, wait, the next person, the next person. This Thursday, guys, the next person is the legendary and spooky ass Rip Knox. I got him to come and be in front of the camera. I am so excited. So wow. I got him. So Thursday we'll be talking to him. And I know a couple who have agreed. I know I'm gonna be talking to Alex, the Be More Dance videos page, so that'll be exciting, and I'm gonna grill him on Jersey real hard. And so who else?
All right, so I got 2 people I nominate. I'm gonna nominate Kai, and I'm gonna nominate Neat.
Yes, very good. Got it. I got that draft in my bison and Neat, and Kai, I know you probably still here. I'm gonna be bothering you soon because you already know. But all right, thank you so much. Everyone be good. I will see you Thursday. And thanks for tuning in. Spread the word. Mwah.
See y'all later.
Bye. How do I hang up? Oh, there we go.
I'm about to hang up too.